What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones, Drones, and Tech. I'm your host, Original Dobo, and if you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button at the end of this video. So I've been prolonging my desk tour 2018 for a little bit because I've been waiting on some components to come through. Also, the Untitled Evo has sort of sidetracked everything, so this is going to be a nice break from reviewing a drone for a moment. But I promise this weekend we have some awesome videos and comparisons with the Mavic and the Evo, and I'll have a special guest with me. Okay, so let's talk about this monitor behind me. This is the HP27X, and it's a 1080p curved screen monitor. It has a pretty good pixel density for the size of the monitor. Now, just a little backstory, I'm coming to this monitor because I was using an HP Envy 32-inch, which was a 1440p monitor, and you're probably thinking, why would you downgrade? Well, for me, color accuracy is really important, and it's not that my monitor before wasn't color accurate, it's that it was having some major issues with pixel shedding. Basically, it would get strings of dead pixels, and I went through 4 HP 32 Envy monitors before I said, enough's enough, I can't keep doing this. So I got the HP27X instead. I took a step back in size, but I think it was worth it, and I'll explain why. So what you get in here is a curved screen monitor, and it's not a very drastic curve, so it's pretty subtle. So anybody who does like spreadsheets or Excel documents really shouldn't have an issue with this monitor. The other thing I like about the monitor, it's 300 nits of brightness, so it gets fairly bright, but not too bright to where you would have issues. There's also several modes in which you can change the picture. There's also a blue light filter mode as well if your PC does not accommodate you already with one. The monitor also boasts an impressive response time of 5 milliseconds. One of the key reasons why I chose this monitor over another monitor was it's got 144 Hertz refresh. Now there's a bit of a caveat with that 144 Hertz refresh, and I want to explain that. The 144 Hertz refresh only happens if you have an AMD graphics card. So if you have like an RX 480, RX 460, 560, 580, you'll be able to use the FreeSync technology and gain that 144 Hertz. Now I am on Team Green using an NVIDIA 1060, and there is no G-Sync support, so I'm only capping out at 120 Hertz refresh. Now 120 Hertz is definitely better than 60 and 75 Hertz, which I was previously using. You can notice noticeable gains when gaming. Now, reason why you would want a higher refresh rate is if you're playing a game and you have a fast response time, you're not gonna get a lot of motion blur, you're not gonna get a lot of input lag. In terms means you're gonna be a little bit more accurate. By no means this monitor is not going to make you a Fortnite god. I still am absolutely terrible at this game, but it does help your accuracy. And I did notice like I'm able to at least get 1 or 2 more kills than I normally would using my old monitor. It's also a little bit easier on my eyes. I do wear glasses when I'm editing or when I'm actually working. I work at a computer 12 hours a day most of the time, so this monitor, I noticed, doesn't bother my eyes whatsoever, which is a good thing. The colors are really subtle. It is 99% sRGB color accurate, which is a good thing. Now, I would be remiss to say that the pixel density is not noticeable compared to the 1440 screen. It's definitely noticeable for somebody who's coming from, let's say, 4K or 2K screens. You're going to notice that there are a little bit more visible pixels, but it's nothing really drastic or bad. The other thing I like about the screen is that I don't get any color bleed, meaning there is no black bleed on the sides or edges. Sometimes when you're dealing with an LED lit backlit monitor, you can have a little bit of light bleeding through, and I don't notice that with this. Not only that, this monitor is also a matte finish, which means you're not going to get a lot of glare from lights. And you can see I have 2 lights pointing towards the monitor, and we've got no glare on the monitor itself, which I can really appreciate it because there's nothing worse than having glare from lights in the background. Overall, I like this monitor. It has really low power consumption at a max 45 watts, which is good for anybody who's conscious of their setup and wants to save a little bit of electricity. This monitor is definitely very efficient. Another thing I noticed is powering it on or powering it off takes really no time at all. Something else that you have to keep in mind if you're going to use this monitor, the only 2 ports you have on the back for input displays is DVI and HDMI. There are no additional like USB ports. Like some people will use the downstream USB to maybe plug in a keyboard or an extra peripheral. That's not present here on this monitor. I'm using this simultaneously with my Mac and my PC, and I really don't have any problems whatsoever. So I'm pretty happy with the overall layout of it. I really like the curved design, and I like it so much I'm going to probably purchase another one to put off to the other side of my computer, just so I can have a full sort of wraparound when I'm streaming. If you want to pick up one of these, I'll include a link in the description below. It will be an affiliate link, so if you decide that you want to buy this monitor and you want to use it, channel does get a small kickback. Now on HP's website, they're listing these at $289. It was a Memorial Day savings sale, but then when I logged on and looked at Amazon, it was $248. I think for 144 hertz refresh rate, that's a really killer deal, and it's an awesome gaming monitor. Now I have mine on a VESA mount, and there is a VESA mount included in the box, so there's an adapter. You can set it up just like this. Works well. It's the standard 120 by 120 if I'm not mistaken, so it should work with a vast array of monitor stands. There is also a stand in the box itself, but I'm not using it as I just don't want it wobbling every time I'm banging my keyboards. I'll be including links in the description for the monitor mount as well. It clips onto the back of the desk. I've used this thing for multiple monitors, and it's got a swing arm. It works incredibly well, and I've had zero issues with it. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't, that other button tends to work just fine as well. As always, stay original and be on the lookout for some of the videos that we're going to be doing this weekend with comparisons. I just needed a brief break from talking about drones for just a smidge while I take a look at this monitor. Anyways, I'll see you next time.